Greetings, loyal minions, beautiful humans. Welcome to the Sci Show, the #1 ranked YouTube channel for people who take cold showers. If that's you, I appreciate you, and you probably understand my pain at the moment, getting into winter and having a freezing cold shower. All right, 3-2 in Rush War, following on with the strategy Showdown. Uh, Sorry, that is my work phone. I will need to take that in a second. Yes, 3-2, not my favourite for Rush. Taking a Fergus. There's not a lot of Fergus tanks in this one, actually, so a little bit risky as my green doesn't resist, my healer doesn't resist Fergus. But I'm hoping if I don't get the greens first, then Fergus going off will charge my reds up and we will get that moving in that direction. Not a great board to start with. Wow. Just going to send those tiles into Fergus and let him do his thing to start with. I generally, when it comes to, and this is where Fergus is such a pain, because as soon as I'm going to get my greens, but it's going to set him off anyway. And she will then lose, although she may resist, but I'll focus on getting a few more reds. Then when Fergus goes off, my reds will actually be charged. Or I may be able to get them charged first. Yeah. So I'm not going to use those reds on the right-hand side because Fergus is going to actually give them mana anyway. I'm just going to play this move safe. And try to just hit Fergus. Ugh. Yeah, we'll try to get something happening. Yeah, with 3-2 and Rush, with Rush, I generally play with a sort of theory of. Didn't even realize he was going to die then. The theory of prevent, protect, and cure. So obviously in Rush War we have a lot of very damaging enemies that go off very quickly. So I generally take as many colours as I need. I don't care too much about colour structure. And it's taking a hero or a couple of heroes that can prevent the enemy going off. So mana control, silence type things. Protection for when they do go off. So if they give me an ailment, it's putting up an ailment blocker, whatever it may be. And curing. So just in case they do go off, how do I actually then cure that? What's he going to do? Right, so I do need a little bit of a heal. I'm just actually going to do anything there, unfortunately. Just going to have to fire those off. I'd love to just get that one green up. That's going. I can't get my greens without setting Fergus off, unfortunately, but let's just do it. Going to hurt a lot. Hopefully I dodge a few things or something. Oh, not looking great. Oh, we did dodge those, so we get a heal at least, which is nice. Just need to get my Mega Minion up. Try to keep getting reds and just smacking that guy with a taunt to get rid of him. Might actually be looking good. Yeah, so with a 3-2 strategy, I feel I don't have, unless I have the exact perfect heroes, it's hard to follow that same routine of, as I mentioned, prevent, protect, and cure, for lack of better terminology. We are looking very good in this war. I think we've got quite a nice lead, which will be about the fourth in a row, I think, win that we've had, which is interesting. Just sneaking away. Hurry up and kill her. A very slow battle for a rush war. That was a interesting one. All right, probably not a smart team here. It's a little bit lazy. Sorry, if I was a bit distracted in that last one, I have taken care of the work emergency now, so all good. Didn't look like a very scary team, so I just have another work call. Won't be a moment. A few moments later, this is edited after the fact, obviously, as I was taking a phone call for most of this battle. I do come back near the end of it for some live commentary. For people out there that may have asked or wondered what I do for work, just be thankful that you can't hear what I'm actually doing for work. Let's just say I'm making $5.99 per minute and putting my voice to good use. So just be thankful that you can't hear that. Unfortunately, Psycatsis wasn't as lucky as you and did actually hear some of that. And as we can tell, just wasn't happy at all that she wasn't the center of attention, which is quite often the case. So this battle was going quite smoothly. Yeah, I think I explain it later, so I won't get too much into the details of exactly what I was doing. But I'll jump into some commentary mode. So we can see here, he's holding off on firing his ninja. Not sure why, the battle's already over. God only knows what's going through his head at this point. He's trying to pretend that he's carefully thinking about moves and, showing people some fantastic ways of doing things. But really, he just has no fucking idea what he's doing. He doesn't know what to do. He's confused. He needs some guidance. The cat can't even help him. Oh my God, what is he doing? It's taking so long. Come on. We're waiting to see what you do. Just move those bloody purple tiles already. Make the diamond. Do something. Do something. There's only 5 minutes left. We've got better things to do with our time. I thought this was supposed to be a fucking rush war. All right, sorry if that was a little bit jilted. I did need to take a phone call in the middle of that, and now the pressure's on to try and get things finished. So let's get back into it nice and quick. I did bring Smart Tongue here just to give them wither. They had a few healers, so not a great deal of danger. So I know if I can get that wither on, especially with Dark Feather giving me some growth as well, it wasn't going to be too dangerous. The only issue is they do have that burn from Regin, which I didn't have a cleanse to get rid of that, but that's how we were looking here. It was just more about getting some wither on. Hopefully Astrid doesn't just keep reviving, but I knew I should be able to kind of get things where I needed it. I've got a couple of healers, and yeah, Dark Feather's damage is going to do the trick. Wow. Should do the trick. It's actually not doing a lot at the moment. Might not even kill her, but we're going to try. There we go. Dark Feather's follow-up damage finally actually did something. Whew, okay, hopefully the next hits are a bit more normal. Not even sure about this team. So my brain is a bit elsewhere at the moment. I need to get it back into gear. I've got the 3 greens versus the blue. I've got Bungastine, as always, to steal the growth of Grimsteel. Took Bernadette. She's just so dangerous during Rush War. Bit of mana control, bit of everything going on, bit of extra mana from Hathor, and I'm going to take the green into red here. I know I can get my reds and get Bernadette up anyway. I just wanted to get that green whilst I could. Now, I don't really want to set her off. I don't want to get a Fiend early. So, I'm going to take the reds into dimmer. Get good old Granny off. Now, hopefully we can control the battle from here. Just get my greens up, which I can see some greens there ready to go. I'm not even going to take the heal as yet. Take that now, get the greens. You can see that the reds may have cascaded, which is why I fired Hathor off. Now we can just go to town, really. Overly bothered by anyone on their team at the moment, so we'll just go ham. Bernadette is so beautiful for Rush, except for when you're facing her. I actually got her as my tank this war, and she's done quite well. They're getting a lot of fails against her, which is nice. Hope you're doing well in war. I don't think I'll have any stats this week. I did that last week for 3-2. I am thinking about doing a video just on how often we get bad boards at the start and how many turns it takes to turn those boards around. So let me know if you'd like to see that with a bit more data and some nerd stuff in there. On to the next. Not the strongest enemy here, but probably the strongest tank with Bernadette. So I don't have a lot of counters or protection. It's just Lord Loki. I've gone 3 blues, though, just on the off chance I don't get the blues early. And then I've just thrown in some purples. Hunter for a bit of insanity fun if I need, and Maisie just because why not? I needed another purple. This is where having an assigned colour structure of, say, 3-2 does make it difficult because you just have to take teams based on that colour structure. Although she does also remove a wither, which is good because they do have a couple of hero smart tongue to do that. Now I'm just trying to figure out the best way of getting my blues without setting off anything ridiculous into Bernadette. Obviously that blue in the middle, it's going to set a yellow off depending on how I make it. So I'm going to take, rather than setting the middle one off first, although I'm going to move this yellow to the side to make the blue match. But I am a little worried that it may bring, I'm just going to click another tile now to get away from it. It may then bring another red up into the middle, say to here, which would match those reds and cause the cascade into Bernadette. So what I'm going to do first is actually take the blue-red match on the right-hand side, just to see if I can get a second blue over there before setting off anything bad in the middle, if that makes sense. So that's what we're going to do. Didn't do anything. I'm still left now with 3 blues into Bernadette. I just need to hope that it doesn't set off any sort of cascade. If I move this one down, it won't set off the yellows, but there's a chance a yellow comes into the bottom. Blah, blah, blah. You're sick of me rambling on already. Let's just take the bloody match and see what happens. Okay. There we go. Plenty of protection now, plenty of options. Just going to hit them all off. Hit my purple matches. And away we go. Too easy in this case. I do actually enjoy. I've always enjoyed Rush. It has been getting a bit more difficult lately with some of the just absolutely overpowered teams that you can come up against. But it does match my playstyle of being able to counter the enemy team and just take heroes that are going to, you know, you're going to charge them reasonably quickly. So it helps you get around the enemy team. Let's see, my defense has taken a few hits there. That's nice. Nice. All right, on to the next hit. Another team I'm not so sure about. I've got some protection against Mina. I wanted to make sure I had plenty of healing. Got a couple of Mega Minions in there. Plenty of healing just to get rid of his ice damage and the damage he does generally. Sludges because she'll get some dodges and make them get some damage. I do have Moonbell, which never misses, but that's okay. Bit of extra healing here with Chrome, who also does some damage, and Dagger, who will get a bit of health back from his burn if it gets hit, but also does his own damage. So, all right, again, enough chatting. I can see I can get a couple of yellow matches early if I move the right things. Always take the one down the bottom. If you take the one at the top, there's always a chance it will mess the one at the bottom up. So now we can get moving. It's a pity he didn't quite die, but that's all right. He'll kill himself here anyway. Or not. Okay. Oh, there you go. Skill never misses its target. I actually missed that. I did actually read his skill and seen that he was strong against fire elements, so I didn't take any reds. But totally missed the never misses. Because, see, this is the problem. I've banged on about this so long, but a lot of the heroes it's listed as a passive, whereas others, it's in the freaking description. Anyway, that's my bad. My bad. Still looking like a relatively decent outcome. Oh, beautiful stuff. Well done, Mega Minions. Well done. Look, this is probably my dumbest team of the day, but I've gone 5 for 5 so far, so I thought I'd have a little bit of fun. As I said, I think we've got an easy win here, so just going some mass insanity, taking an extra healer and a reviver. The reviver, they do have some very big hitters and some crazy stuff going on, so I wanted to make sure I've got protection for that. Yeah. A lot of insanity, so we'll see how that goes. Those yellows are just not quite. We'll do this. And that gives me the second yellow. I think I'll just risk Kagan going off. He's not going to do anything crazy to me. Try to get my stuff off before they get a heal in. You can see I've got my follow-up reds. So let's just go for gold. Look, I'm looking pretty safe, I think. So I'm going to fire Astrid just because it's going to give me another follow-up hit from Dolores. even though I don't actually need the heal, and it's probably safe to hold on to the revive, but there we go. Didn't need it. Let's smack him with Rosanna. Just such beauty. Yeah, do we risk some more insanity? Nah, we'll just do the safe way. Now we'll see if he kills himself. It's the little joys that just, the little things that just bring so much joy to our life. Oh, there we go. 6 for 6. That's a few in a row now. I think I've gone 6 for 6. It's a nice little streak. Blinding Light stole all the big points from me. But no, he's always up the top of the leaderboard. Absolute amazing player. So well done. Looking very good for the win. As always, I will pop the leaderboard up on the screen. I believe that may have been 12 of 12 for 3-2. However, there were a few small, like a few teams last war had been hit already. So, but there we go. Best of luck in more. Hope you enjoy and hope you win. If you enjoy what I'm doing, remember to gently press the subscribe button. Oh my God, I just forgot. I've also got over 1,500 subscribers. I know it actually means nothing, but it's a nice round number. So thanks to everyone. Let's get it up to 2,000 as quick as we can so I can give some shit away. Give your kitty a scritch for me and have a bloody good one.